What's up guys, you're here with Alex from Social Freedom. I'm going to be sharing another behind the scenes coaching clip from a recent live 5-day immersion program we did here in Warsaw, Poland. Now, in this clip, I'm actually working with a client over the weekend who heavily struggles with approach anxiety. And I think for him, the reason why he feels so much resistance to approach the girls he finds attractive and start conversations with them is he just has a huge fear of being rejected. And little does he realize that rejection is a very, very normal part of the process when it comes to cold approach and dating as men in general. So I just give him some more perspective, some healthy mindsets, some reframes, and a deeper understanding of how normal rejection actually is, which then has helped him be able to build more confidence and actually go for what he wants. So hopefully you guys enjoy this clip, and I'll see you at the end. Let's have a chat about rejection, dude, because obviously that's one of the things that creates the most resistance. And I think like a lot of guys, not just obviously yourself, but most of the people that come and work with us, that's one of the biggest things that holds them back from doing the cold approach, yeah? Now, I just want to run through some basic surface level sort of mindsets around rejection, just to kind of like go back over some of those concepts. And then I want to go a little bit deeper in terms of discussing some of the more pessimistic tendencies from what you've kind of expressed to me that I think you have, that can kind of help either create some reframes or different perspective in terms of the women that you're meeting, how they feel and how they're perceiving you. Being able to make sure that you can be more consciously aware of what's objectively going on, not just subjectively going on, okay?
Yeah.
Cool, so the first thing that most people aren't aware of with cold approach here is that we have 3 types of girls. We have yes girls, we have no girls, and we have maybe girls. On average, let's just say like if we were to put a number to it, let's say out of 10 women, right? At least 5 to 6 of the girls that you will approach, they are going to be no girls. It means that out of 10 women you approach every single time that you go out of the 10, there is literally going to be 6 girls that are in long-term relationships, have boyfriends, have like a fuck buddy, emotionally unavailable, are focused on their career, they're busy, they've got other priorities in their life, or they're just in a period where they're just not really looking to date. Or maybe even potentially, obviously, like maybe they just don't vibe with who you are. And that's where we do start to look at like forms of rejection, because that is still a thing. Maybe you're not their exact type. Maybe just energetically you guys don't align. Maybe she didn't like the way that you approached. Maybe that day you approached and you were a little bit clunky in how you actually tried to start a conversation. You came across a little bit awkward, whatever. Those things are apparent, yes, and we do need to actually understand that this is still a skill set. But in the end, when we move through the rest of the program for the next couple of days, you're gonna get rejected, and that is normal for everyone. And out of 10 chicks that we're gonna approach, 6 of them, there's nothing you can do. Then we move into the side of like the actual social skills that help create more of the attraction and connection with like more of the maybe girls, yeah? So you're looking at maybe, I don't know, like 2 or 3 out of the 10 girls are gonna be sitting more on the maybe, okay? So like when they meet you and you introduce yourself and you start the conversation, they're going to be sitting there not completely sold. They're going to be like, oh, okay, this nice gentleman has just approached me. He seemed to approach in a very respectable way. I'm going to give him a chance to have a conversation, just kind of feel this interaction out. Great. Now, depending on how you convey your personality and how you maintain the conversation will determine whether you move the girl into a no category or into a yes category, yeah? That's where the actual skill set happens. So if you aren't able to actually spin some of those goals in terms of like making them feel more enthusiastic about seeing you again, yes, that is a form of rejection and there's something that you have to deal with, but that's why we work on the skill set, yeah? And then you have like, let's say 1, maybe 2 girls, but usually about 1 out of 10 that's gonna be like a unicorn. Like they're single, they like your vibe, you guys just have natural chemistry. On a universal spiritual level, things would just align for you guys to meet. It's all very synchronistic and things can go quite smoothly. You can still turn a yes girl into a no girl if you don't like move things forward correctly and actually like take the steps by, you know, asking for a number or trying to get her out on a date, etc. Or like maybe you just kind of bitch out in the interaction and you like prematurely like eject yourself out of your own insecurities or limiting beliefs or anxiety that pops up. Fine, but generally speaking, if you just stick in and run through the frameworks that we teach, you can get the yes girls, yeah? But the main thing I'm really trying to like double, quadruple down on is it doesn't matter if it's you, doesn't matter if it's me, doesn't matter if it's Ben, it doesn't matter if it's a 6'5" fucking jacked athlete guy that's super rich, on steroids and tattoos and has an abundance of women and has a status or an Instagram following. As men, man, we all have to run a certain level of volume. It's just part of the game. And the way I like to look at cold approach too, in terms of just understanding the numbers game, it's like you can relate a lot of this stuff to business and sales. Let's just pretend like you're a really good salesman, right? You're like top tier at sales. And you're also in this scenario as well, like you're really, 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 really good with women. And like women just find you very attractive. You have like a lot of characteristics that women are drawn to. If you as a salesman, right, let's say you're the top salesman in the team that you work for. If you only have like one sales call per week over the month and your close rate's at like 25%, which is about average for a good closer, you're gonna close one deal per month, yeah? And same as with cold approach too. If you're not putting in a certain level of volume and putting yourself out there and meeting a lot of girls, you're also gonna be in a similar situation where you're only gonna go on like one date a month or one date every 2 months, depending on the volume that you put in. But if you have like someone that's really good at sales, but has like 4 sales calls per week and he's obviously closing at 25%, that's like that's one close per week, yeah? Same as with cold approach, it's gonna be the exact same thing. You have to put in a certain level of volume to get a return on investment, and you can never take the numbers out of the skill set. So you have to understand, it's like, yeah, rejection sucks, and it's not always the most enjoyable thing to have to meet someone and be like, you know, politely declined, but it's just part of the game, and we'll have to run a certain level of numbers. Awesome, guys. I hope you enjoyed some of these behind the scenes coaching clips. And if you enjoy this type of dating and self-development content, then guys, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And for anyone that might be curious about attending one of our live 5-day immersion programs or potentially investing in our online mentorship program, Unleashed, all you got to do, guys, is click on the link in the description to book a free consultation call with either myself, Ben, or someone from the team. And if you guys want access to more dating and self-development content that we don't traditionally post here on YouTube, give us a follow on Instagram at Social Freedom Official, and you'll have access to a lot more of our content and free trainings there as well. But until then, guys, see you in the next video.